Should give a little bit of a wiggle room there. Your anger clang and the game bites you in the face. So there'll be a little bit of a mining in this episode. We shall tempt the god of space engineer, Clang himself. Hi guys, and welcome to another fantastic sunrise in our valley here in Space Engineers. Today we are going to make a trailer for Buggy the Rover. Or the trailer would be hooked up to Buggy the Rover, but it will be the Prospector sitting on top of him. So that we don't have to fly all that long with the Prospector. And it will make our mining operations a bit more efficient. And the more observant of you, no, not the more observant of you, but everyone, unless you're blind, will probably see that we have welded up all of these blocks around us here. I did that off camera. I don't think you guys will appreciate watching me just weld a lot. Well, it's not me, it's Bob. But I did the mining. Me and the Prospector up there. We mined. We fed our system some stone, and we got this place built up. Also over here, you can see that we have made another platform for a different building. It will be like an engine room. I think we'll put our refineries over there. You see, I've put one refinery up there off camera, but I'm going to tear that down and build one facing this way, because I'm thinking, you know, we get some windows so we can see the machines in there. But I don't want to be looking at those productivity. No, those are yield modules. That's not what I want to see over there. So we'll be changing those. I'll make a quick tour of the area so you can see what we've done on, off camera, and then we'll get down to building the trailer for Buggy the Rover. What I've done while you guys weren't watching off camera, I filled the hole where we had our stone mine. It's a little bit sad that we can't, you know, put voxels back in or put the ground back in without using some kind of modded magic. It'll work for now. I've built this here platform. That will be another building. La Casita Blanca over here. This will be an annex containing some of our support machinery, like the refineries and such. And as you can see, I've hooked it up here with a conveyor. I was thinking that maybe we could use some projection magic and get these totally underground and hidden, but I don't know. You know, it's a fine line. I want to keep this as vanilla as I like. I know I said that before. It's a thing that's going to change during the game. We are already using mods, you know. But anyway, I thought it wasn't that much of a hassle just to dig the tunnel and pipe this up. Okay. So this is the start of La Casita Blanca and the annex over here. I'm thinking we'll have some kind of solar tower up here, up the hill over here. But enough talking. Let's get down to building a trailer for Buggy the Rover. That's not what I wanted to do. There. So like I told you, I've done some testing online. Let's first see what we want here. So we want a trailer that is fixed or that is detachable. And I guess if you watch my video, you've probably seen Splitsy's videos. He did some he made the same kind of concept, and I always wondered why he didn't use the connectors to attach to the trailer, because that seemed like the obvious choice, and I tried that. And every time you engage your parking brake, the connector disconnects and you have all kinds of trouble. So we are going to use a rotor, and they are detachable. The sad thing is we can't transfer materials, because we could then have used the storage on the buggy itself as well. But you know, with 2 medium cargo containers, I think that's what we want on the trailer. I think will be more than that will be more than enough, or at least for now. And of course, we also want to be able to hook up or to connect the Prospector with the connector, so we don't have to move stuff manually, because you know, I just hate that. And automating things is kind of, to me, automating things is part of the goal of space engineers, you know. So let's not waste any more time and let's get right down to this. So like always, let's see what we want. We are going to need what's they call a rotor. A rotor. You want wheels. We want 3x3s. So we want left and right. We want a connector. Do we need a battery on this thing? I don't think but that's the thing though. We probably should have a battery on it. We can make small batteries. We can put small batteries on it. We need interior lights, for sure. What more would we need? Yeah, medium cargo container. A medium cargo container. And I want a control panel. I want a control panel. What more could we possibly want? Okay, let's start with that. First, we go back to our color of choice, the luminous vivid Tangelo. Always when I'm placing rotors, I try to face them in some kind of sensible direction. Oh, what's happening here, rotor part? No, no, thank you. Rotor, yes, please. Oh god, this is difficult to see. So we'll want, nope, we'll want, that's north, let's put it here. Here or here? We'll go for here. No, let's see. Okay, so it's there. Let's take this away. We want this one straight over the axle, I think. I don't know if this has anything to do with the balance of it, but I want the force pushing down here to hit this axle, basically. That's what I want. So let's try that again. We could see clearly when I had it closed. That's 270. That's not what we want. That's north. So I want 0 pointing forwards, basically. There it is. And you can see our Bob, our build and repair system, is starting to do the work for us, which is fantastic. So 6 there. Fuck. Now we need to think about the turning radius in these wheels, but I'll make a slope going downwards, more or less 90 degrees. No, not 90 degrees. "45 degrees, of course." Up. And we want to keep the same height as these axles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the grid and lock that rotor. Yeah, I can hear Bobby's pitching here. We don't have any steel plates. Production. Well, produce a couple of thousand of those, because it's not like we're not going to need that. Easy. Easy. Well, yeah, whatever. Over here. Let's see now. Control panel and rotor. 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 First of all, you need a name for this one, and it's Buggy. This is Buggy the Rover, the rotor. And it is trailer hitch. Is that the right word? Hitch? I think so. Let's lock this rotor. Of course, it's not going to be locked when you use it. We need to lock it now so it doesn't start flopping around on us, because that would be extremely annoying. Bum bum bum. What height are we looking at here? Yep, looks like we are approaching the correct height. Now, this is another trick. If you can't reach down to where you're trying to build, just engage your jetpack, turn upside down, and Bob's your uncle. I would like to get all 3 degrees of freedom with this trailer here. So left and right, turning and upside down. This is not going to work. Why am I doing this again? I want this hitch down here. Oh, no, 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 no. Abort. Let's see now. Five. Okay, I'm silent because I'm thinking. It's the sound of thought. Yeah. You know, I made, let's call it a prototype. But I didn't want to perfect it, because not that I would have been able to. So let's see. Where is 0? We want 0 up. Perfect. Should give a little bit of a wiggle room there. And let's see. We want to lock this rotor as soon as we can. Ugh. Now you see why. It starts flopping about instantly. And that is the pitch direction. That looks so clangy. Why don't you want to move? Is it because it's interfering with this block? Maybe I need to... Okay. Okay, so let's not tempt Clang. Come on, hello. Because, you know, you anger Clang and the game bites you in the face. So let's go back and try to do this again. We can't tell what that's. That's 270, 180, 90, and that would be 0. Perfect. Now, just as an afterthought, we have these, you know, beginner tools that suck. Let's just go and see. Can't we produce better tools? Come on. We should be able to... Oh, grinder. Silver, silicon. We can produce a better platinum. That takes platinum, so we can build that. What kind of better rifle can we do? Rapid fire. Precise. What kind of rifle do I have now? Doesn't say. Inventory. Oh, it's just automatic. So let's see now. Precise automatic. We could produce that. Rapid fire. That's like a. Let's try those. The elite. It takes platinum. We don't have platinum. Welder. Normal welder. Who wants that? Silicon. What we need for that? We have silver. What we don't have is iron. The proficient one. So let's queue up these things here. And it looks like we have to go do some mining. It looks like we have to go do some mining. And for that, since the range of this antenna is better, I'm going to go in. The range of the antenna in the suit is only 50 meters. So that means, if you try to use some kind of drones, that you'll have a problem. But the range of the antenna on small ships are, let's check it out then. So the antenna, Buggy antenna, 5. We can increase that, but I think 5 I think that 5 kilometers there is ample. So La Casita Blanca terminal 999. I could probably get away just pressing control there since there's no other. Press 1. We need to get into our view here. Let's remember that we have those guys up there. And what was it? 50,000 this guy could handle, more or less. So of course I can't remember the location of the iron mine. It's over here somewhere, isn't it? Oh, here's the iron mine. Hello. Let us turn on the sorters. They are on 4. Thank you. So there'll be a little bit of mining in this episode. So this is how I've gotten the iron. As you can see, the iron mine is not just visited by our hand drill. And maybe if you can hear in the background, you can hear the chunk 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 sounds, which is the, let me try to show you here. Stop please. It's the stone dropping away. Let's see. Yep, there you can see. Oh my god, no, stop. Oh please, come on, there, yep. The sorter is pushing the stone into the ejector, and then the ejector ejects the stone, so we only get iron. So we're aiming at just around, or at a maximum of 50,000 kilograms in mass. You can see that down in the right corner. Generally, when I come close to 50,000 or the max of whatever that drill ship is, I stop using auto mining and start left clicking, because it's easier to just stop once you see that number move, because it doesn't, there you see, it doesn't, it kind of moves in steps. So now we're like at 5.6 there, or at 56,000 kilograms, which is a little bit more than we wanted. But when we did that calculation, when we did the test, it was without the 2 extra lifting thrusters, so we should be fine. But if you crash, there's so much hassle. We can use we can tilt up to help us brake. And guys, this is just our first miner. I think we're going to build another one later. It's not going to be very different, but it will be a little bit bigger. But for now, the Prospector will serve us well. So there you can see, once we're hooked up, the base starts pulling the resources. I don't know if that happens automatically or if it's Izzy doing its magic. A simple and nice little mining run. So let's see, we wanted some extra tools or new tools. Look at this lovely jubbly stuff here. You know, that's, wow, you gotta love it, you know. Let's get rid of these useless tools here. And we are going to add those into disassemble. We are going to disassemble that one, that one, that one, and that one. Yep, let's get rid of those guys. We want, let's see, we want both rifles. So that's the precision rifle, and that's that's the rapid fire. We want the welder, the hand drill, and the grinder. So let's see. Let us see now. We set up our menu again. So we have character tools there. We have this one, the grinder, the welder. Let's see for the weapons. Character weapons. We have this one, and for 9 we can check out this one. I don't think, or I don't know. Yeah, it depends. Let's see. Precise. So it's like tick, 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 tick. That's the... You know, if we were to drop the crosshair, this would be more or less a... Yeah, it'd be a more... Oh my god, words. It'd be a more, you know, roleplay way of playing. You know, normally if you try to fire with a rifle, you want to fire either in very, very short bursts or just do single shots, maybe double shots, if you want any precision. So let's see what kind of, what is this? Okay, here. Yeah, so this is more of a close, you know, if one of those pesky wolves just show up suddenly and we have to blast its face. I think this is what we want, you know. The iron sights here, they're not all that. But, you know, we're not going all out for realism here. We want some fun. And, you know, it's more fun I don't know. Let's keep this this rifle and yeah, let's put this rifle here. We keep. I think that the elite rifle is like a combination of these two. It's a faster firing rifle with a better aim, better sights. So let's see now. We want this one there. Perfect. We are going to need some more ammo. So let's get 5 of those and we'll produce another 10. Okay, so this was the rotor. Let's see now. We'll call it, that was the rotor, it was the pitch rotor. Trailer. I guess trailer. There we are. Trailer. Let's lock it. you know, I'd love to get some feedback on what you guys like, so that I can produce this content better, you know. Like I said before, interaction is why I'm here on YouTube. And this would be the roll direction, right? So rotor. Copy that. We go into this one. And this is a roll. Well, nothing will be rolling right now because we are looking everything. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever. Counting with the Nomad. Let's see now. I want at least one spacing here before we start building up this one. And let's see, what spacing do we have in here? We have 1, 2, 3. The spacing is 3 in between. So 1, 2, 3. Another wheel. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3. Another wheel. 1, 2, 3. Another wheel there. So let's see now. You know, for the looks of this, I of course I could have made something like this. I think it's going to look a little bit flimsy with what we're doing here. And I don't want it to look flimsy. So let's see. Left wheels, 2. 2, 3, 4. And the right wheels. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Geez, so let's put a piston there. So how high do we need to go for the piston to fit? Let's see. We shall tempt the god of space engineer, Klang himself. I'll just use a piston to lift the back part of this trailer so that we can attach the wheels. So, panel, wheels, add wheel. And again, like, I haven't gotten any feedback yet, you know, as my channel is so new, about questions that I put out to you guys. But how do you prefer to watch me build? Like, because I could have done this in creative and you know, brought this thing in here with a projector and have Bob build it here, or we can do it like this and be assisted by Bob. What I don't want to do is to have this, or to build without Bob and to have all these kind of unfinished blocks, and it's basically completely impossible for the viewer to see what kind of, yeah, what you're building, because all you have are these I don't know what you call them, these steel wire blocks all around. So now that's the yaw direction. That is the pitch direction, and that's the roll direction. So we have all 3 directions. Can take away the piston. So let's see now. I think we want 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, that sounds like a lot. So let's bring this guy down here and see how much space he needs. But really, we want to leave space for something a little bit bigger than him. Anywho, so let's see. So let's see, Blanca control 1 7. So let's go out of this picture now. It's quite frisky in the upwards direction when you don't when it's empty. So it's even there. That should give us ample room for something a little bit larger. No, we have... Oh, no, we don't. We want a couple of blocks more back. We want... Come on. We want this one here. That's what we want. There. We want another one there. Want to leave a little bit of a gap. One block. Maybe we should get 2 blocks in front of him. Okay. There. There's still ample space, right? Let's just hope we're not screwing this up in the design phase. That would be... Let's check this out, okay? So, let's go into the terminal of this guy. There. For the docking control. Nine. Yeah. So we have ample space in front unless we do some kind of insane maneuver. Well, we are going to do some, we know that, but okay. Woohoo! Oh no, everyone! Yep! Ah! No! 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 Stop! So, what we need to do now is simply just to connect up our buggy here with we could have put it sideways. Why would we want to do that? We don't want to do that. So let's put a connector there. Let us rename this boy. Your name will be not connector 2. Your connector will be connector so this is cargo. No, let's call it connector no, it's not prospector, but connector ship. Okay. And trailer, connector ship. There's another connector that will be connector what do we want to call this? We're connecting up to the base. I can't call it base, but let's call it connector back. Aft. Connector aft. So it's the trailer. Connector aft. Super duper. This is looking good already. So let's go into our guy here. 3. How did I do this? I can go like pipes out there, or I can. It's a little bit. No, it's not a little bit. It's very difficult to see these when you're like the direction of the blocks. I don't know if it's this color in particular or what it is. There. Wow. I know there's a symmetry mode that you can use. I've never become friends with that mode, to be honest. So there we have those. It would be cool with like a name for this trailer instead of just the trailer, but I don't know. Reason why I wanted to go with the Prospector for the Prospector is kind of that's what I called my flying drills ever since I started playing this game. So I want to maintain that tradition, so to speak. We want a couple of batteries on this thing. Why? Because whenever we're disconnected from the buggy here, our little rover, Buggy the Rover, we need power for this thing. So where would be kind of protected? These, oh, this is within the area that can damage these blocks. I think it's 3 blocks. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I haven't checked it out, and I don't remember because it's been at least a year, maybe 2, since I played this game the last time. I don't remember the damage radius of small blocks. I mean, okay, let's set up a test for it. Three, 1. Let's just build this one here. Get the head off. We need a 2. No, 8. Control panel. Let's slap it. Isn't there a control? No, it's not. Maybe, okay. Oh, come on, please. Hello. There. Let's go into this. Rotor. Let's add a small block. Small head. Lock it. So what we do now, this will be a test. Let's see. So let's just point down. Oh, come on. A lot of blocks going over here. In the blocks that get damaged, they also damage other blocks next to them. So let's lift this up a bit. Then we go here, G and small atmospheric thruster. Please, all blocks. Atmother. Okay, thank you. So we place a small atmospheric thruster there. And we can just and if we put a control panel on this one, we'll soon be able to. We need metal grids. We really, oh come on, we really need to get Issy doing these things. What I'm going to do, this La Casita Blanca, it will have like a command room, a CNC. I'm sorry, a CIC. Operations room, call it whatever you like. That's where I want all my information screens. That's where I want to control everything from. And I want to start building that room instead of just putting up a lot of LCDs everywhere. Because, you know, I'm the kind of guy that kind of, oh, I never finish things. Once they are functional, I never, you know, spend any more time. And that kind of, like, what I hope to do with this series is to force myself to complete builds. You know, make them kind of pretty or more functional than just, yeah. Because when stuff works, I just tend to use it and go on to something else. So let's see now. Let's look at the thruster. This is the test thruster. Let's call it test thruster. And we put it to maximum override. And let's turn it on. Maybe we should have put, okay. So that's not going to work because Bob is going to fix them. So let's turn Bob off. Hello Bob. Off you go. So all this basically the problem is that these here may be damaged by those thrusters We could probably do some kind of magic there. I don't think it will be very much of a problem. Maybe we'll add a bob module here. Anyway, this guy will fix those, and the damage isn't immediate. So we have more or less what we want here. We can put one of these to just finish off the, sorry, 6. Now, like so, to finish off the back end of this, and a couple of interior lights here. And I keep forgetting to add that build vision mod, you know, and I think it's going to make everything so much simpler. Let's add some work lights on the sides of this thing. Yeah, I have to confess something. It's that I will use administrative tools to make it daylight, and you know, it's not me being lazy. I could put up lights everywhere and whatever, and it will. I don't know how the performance would suffer or not. That's not the point. The point is when one. The point is that Space Engineers can be a very dark game. And when the videos are processed during YouTube, they become even darker. So it's very difficult to tell, like, if you guys can see anything. And this is the reason why I'm building in bright orange here, or the luminous vivid tangelo, and this dirty white. It's not because I particularly like these colors. It's because you guys are going to see whatever I'm building. And I've seen so many YouTubers, you know, building on Space Engineers. They build in black and like bottle green and all kind of cool colors, and you can't tell what they're building. It's so difficult, you know. So that's the reason why I'm choosing these high vis colors. Okay, so that's one block. We are doing damage to the second block. That's right. Now it should be easier to count the blocks. So that's 1 block of damage, 2 blocks of damage, 3, and so forth and so on. Let's just keep this guy going. Yeah. Finally, we'll have an answer for the damage radius of this small thruster, and then whatever, let's do it with a big thruster afterwards. So we know, you know, we can check things ourselves without asking Google. Is it even possible? Okay, I could put this guy on walk mode and have him fix these things. Maybe that would work, would it? Control panel, Bob. Hello, what's going on? Plug it switched on. Let's put it to walk mode. Walk. Then he stays on the current grid. I think that's the thing. Yep. Oh, what? Oh, what's he building? All these lights? Is that it? Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on. And then he starts bitching. So what are you missing, Bob? Bob. Construction components. Yeah, we're going to set up these lights in a while. So, what? Oh yeah, the reason why we started dicking around with these, the reason why we started fooling around with these thrusters was that we wanted some batteries on this guy. So, let's see, that's 4, 5. I don't think we're going to want or need a lot of power, but let's put 2 batteries. Let's put them there instead. Oh, I can hear Bob bitching again. I hear that sound. That is the sound of an unhappy Bob. And I think it's power. What's the word? Is it power components? No, I see Bob. Power cells. Okay. So it's a very what's the word? It's a very utilitarian build. This, beauty is not part of this here. What could we do to make it look a bit better? Let's first of all take care of the lights. Light. Light. So the interior lights. Light. 245. 245. 220, which is a bit of a warmer light with a large radius and a high intensity and a long high fall off. Okay. And I believe these two here were the first we built, so let's see, int light. Is there a way of showing only the white blocks here? So anyway, this one and this one. And red is right, left, left, I think. And we don't want that much of a radius. And intent. If you want to go back to the default value, all you have to do is right click on these. So let's see. Those two look red to me. That's good. So there it is. Now we need to set it up. We have the lights set up. This suspension needs some adjusting. Let's see now. Oh, we don't want them to steer. We don't want them to have propulsion. We want them to brake. We don't want them to steer. If we have propulsion, let's set. Okay, let's do propulsion. Let's set it to 10%. Strength. Let's do this. Let's do. It's going to be a lot, so let's do 25. Ooh, jump around, jump around. I don't understand why a positive height offset would lower the wheels. It's like this one is. I basically never understood that. 0.3. Okay. Friction. We don't want that much friction. Let's say 25%. We don't want any overrides. This boy, however, is going to get some. Where are they? 9. He is going to get some thrusters. Those two thrusters will be set to maximum override. A metal grid and large steel tubes. They will set the max override, and we'll just, whenever we need to, we'll just turn them on and then turn them off. It's a fantastic way of getting more power instead of increasing the power on the wheels, which can be say problematic, so to speak. That's the problem. when you have Bob runnings, you got no idea where your stuff ends up. You can't prioritize it, basically. So that's that. Now, is there any obvious errors here now? The wheels are more or less set up. The strength of the suspension need to be able to take trailer wheels. Let's see, trailer wheels. The wheels need to be able to take. We want a little bit of a more strength in this, so let's do 30 on the strength of the transmission there. I think we are close to being able to test this thing. So, okay, so if we disconnect here, I need to be able to lock all rotors. Let's see. Now, rotor, buggy rotor, trailer hitch, pitch, and roll. So this is going to be lock. Rotor lock on off. And then come on, let's build one of those control panels here. There. And the rotors. Trailer rotors. Save that so we can. But for now, let's unlock all of them. Let's reduce their torque and braking torque and put them to unlimited and unlimited. Who is complaining now? Is it you? What do you need, Bob? You need a display. A buggy has ammo. I think we are more or less ready to try this out. I mean, we should pretty this thing up a bit. But let's first see if it works, you know? And for that, I'll do some magic and make it day. Because there's no way I'm testing this at night. You know, if you saw, I think it was the first or the second video. No, it must have been the second video when we crashed that rover. So there. It's morning. Yep. I mean, yeah, we will save. We will save as the trailer test. So, like, as a test, let's not just drive around, but let's figure out what kind of ores do we need. By the way, you could probably tell I've gone for yield, and I mean it's a personal preference. It's just the less you have to mine, you know, the better. You know, mining is not difficult, but we're trying to make it more interesting. You could just build one of those mining rigs, make a couple of pistons, large drill doohickey thingamabob, and Bob's your uncle and whatever. But and we may do that, but for now, where is the fun in that? Let's try to be a little bit more creative. Let's try to work with this setup here. That's the plan. Let's check this guy first, see how much damage is done. So he's done. Okay, he's still working on this block. So from this you can tell that, you know. And I don't know, is this damage from this block here exploding and making, you know, damage to this block? So let's weld that up and see if this block actually gets some damage. Because if it's only one block, I mean, then we can do some kind of crazy shit with these guys. Yeah, whatever. Oh, running out of fuel again. What? Are you eating all my... Okay, so we're not going for iron. We are going for ice. That's what we're going for. Okay. We need some script to handle this. I bet Issy has some cool script. Some kind of battery script. Well, anyway, we need iron. So, off we go. Oh yeah, that's right. The thrusters. The thrusters, gee. You know, this means we need to take that rotor lock off. So, thrust... no, we need to name them first. G. No, not G. And this one is thrusters. Atmospheric thrusters forward. Those, we turn those off, we turn them to maximum, and we go Buggy boost thrusters. Save. So that's going to G menu and boo thir. These simple. We just toggle the block on and off. And I'm quite certain we are going to need these. We are going to need these sooner rather than later. So quick save, yes please. Brakes are off. First we're looking for, right, is some kind of basic handling, right? Not criteria, but characteristics of this thing. So there's a little bit of a gulch over here. Let's just drive that way. You know, 9 boost, bang. It's a great way for getting up hills and whatever. Let's increase the speed a little bit. 70, that's good. Wow, this I know I haven't driven this trailer for maybe more than a couple of 100 meters, but it still feels so much better than the one I built preparing for this. It's actually, you know, wow, okay, so is the side lifting on it? It's also going to be interesting trying to back with this thing. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. This is a problem. Like, it will duck so heavily forwards when you... Okay, maybe we could, you know, put a few more batteries in the back of it, you know? Try to add some weight in the back. Because you can see it has this tendency to tip forward. Like, it will probably change a bit, the characteristics of this, when it's fully laden. This is so cool. Yeah. Let's see if we can... No. Let's see if we can traverse this thing with going a little bit more up the hill here. How do you handle this? How do you handle this kind of slope? How do you handle this kind of slope? The thing you don't want with a trailer is to get too extreme of an angle on it. It will scissor on you no matter what you do, you know. But this works so well. It's so cool. I love it already. It's so much better than the last iteration of this. It's so much better. Oh, careful, careful. Oh yeah, sliding. Oh, that's right. That's what happened. Driving with a trailer like this on ice in this game is so difficult. So we are basically going to drive over to that ice mine of ours, but we are going to stay on dry land, so to speak.